So, this is game number 2 of this best of 3. It is the losers bracket, round of 4A, which is actually the round of 8. The winner of this is going to be facing off against Saxtree. That's going to be tough. Overgrowth is map number 2, and spawning down to the lower left, we have got the blue Protoss player. Representing XMG, none other than Socke. And his opponent to the top right, the red Terran player, playing for Team Acer, we have MMA. MMA 1-0 up, of course, at the moment. And one thing I didn't touch on is MMA is... he's just playing really solid. He lost his second game to Yoda. Yoda was really just the challenge there. Yoda's doing really well. He's in the winners bracket final up against first. So potentially going through in top spot here. MMA, he's going to be wanting that second spot though. Definitely. Only 2 qualifier positions available. 1 Grax, 1 Gas. Meanwhile, over on Socke's side, 1 Gate, 1 Gas. So things going very equal there. Of course, it's very pressured being in the losers bracket, especially for Socke now. The one benefit that Socke has, and it will sound really, really strange, but he lost that first game badly. And I know that seems like a really irrational thing, that losing badly is actually good. But the reason it was quite good is because Socke can sit there and go, okay, game 1 I was greedy, I got so much tech, so much economy, I really didn't produce much early on. And MMA hit me with a very, very, very big early move out, 4 Marauders, those Marines, and he lost his natural. He then got dropped in his main as a result of him not having much production because he didn't have his natural, lost his main base. And so while he got some nice holds, those were holds from like massively far behind. It was like if he was in a tennis match with MMA, it was like he held that for a little longer than he maybe needed to with 2 broken arms. He was really clinging on. So in that regard, if Socke doesn't lose his natural base to an early move out from MMA, if he isn't quite as greedy, and we then get into the later game stages, I'm confident for Socke. I really am. He put up such an amazing fight. So with 2 working arms in this tennis match, he could be quite good. Anyway, natural base coming down now for Socke. This isn't crazy. The SCV's going to see it. Mothership core off the back of it. What's going to be next? Potentially could see a Stargate. That's quite good on this map. Stargates are solid. There's a decent amount of dead space around here that Oracles can come zooming on in through. Start picking stuff away. Nice little exit part over to the left of the natural as well if you want to harass him there. So definitely Stargates are a possibility. Other things we may get to see are, again, the Robo. We may see a couple more gateways if we see a safe approach from Socke. MMA for the moment, he's just got the factory coming on through. This isn't crazy. It is different to what he's done in the last game. In the last game, he went up to those 3 barracks. In WCS Challenger last night, he went 3 barracks every single game against Protoss. So, this is a new build from MMA. We don't know exactly what he's going to be doing here. It's a lot more tech heavy. He's got less units out on the field, so that similar push that did come out to try and kill off the natural base won't really be there. Socke confident in what he's doing. Slight alteration was Warp Gate tech is coming down sooner than last game. That was very, very late last game. He may have skipped it in order to get the Robo in game number 1. So this is all looking pretty good at the moment. Big shout out to Velocity Girl, by the way. Newest subscriber. Big shout out to you. You're awesome. Thanks to all the subs who make this channel possible. But yeah, Robo facility is nearly done. Should be some observers coming out early. Okay, we've got Hellions and Starport coming down. And therefore, what we should be seeing is some drops. Socke has Warp Gate tech now. He's also going into a Forge though, so he's cut production. He's not getting any more gateways out yet. It's leaving him thin on the ground. He does have, though, as a benefit, obviously these pylons down. He is pumping out observers. His first observer's coming out. If he goes up to 2, then is going to be in a good position, because if they get down to observers, the one can come up around this sort of area, may spot the drop coming through a bit earlier. Most likely the Marines will drop into the main, the Hellions will run into the natural. That'll be the plan. Is there enough energy on the Mothership core for 2 Flood Nova charges? No, that's a long way off from that. That's one thing that would have been quite helpful. Quick little switch round now. Where's the medevac? Medevac, there we go. 2 Marines shot. Interesting times there. And still ready for the edge on forward. Are we going to go through? Are we going to get the Hellions doing much? Probes have already been pulled, so this observer has paid for itself. A lot of the probes now saved. The drop has been spotted. Pylons are there. There's not really much in the way of stalkers, though. Only the two, and I'm surprised MMA didn't go for that anyway. Okay, now he realizes, hang on, there's not many stalkers there. Let's go. Drops down in. Photon overcharge at that natural base is buying some time. In the main base, there cannot be a photon overcharge for quite a while. Only 78 energy on that mothership core. The stalker count is now up to 3. Not that high. Stim, of course, isn't finished. Not even on the way, actually, for MMA. So MMA just going for a little bit of pick up and drop micro. The Hellions trying to come through. They're going for the probes. Probes are starting to line up. Good bit of damage is now being achieved. Mothership core taking a bit of damage. The probes coming back. A few more of them are going to die. Mothership core will fall as well. 18 probes killed by this from MMA, but he loses everything in exchange for it. Was it worth? That's a good question, to be honest. And I'd say yes, it was. 38 to 28 workers now. And while Socke has got good tech, MMA has stuff. And he's going to be able to make more stuff. And generally, stuff wins. If you've got it, if you don't, well, then you start running into problems, as Socke is. He does have one Immortal out. One. He's also got the tech to get a Colossus, but not the money to get it. So this is where he's like, oh, I can make all this really cool stuff. But he can't actually use any of it, or can't actually get any of it out, despite having the expertise to do so. He's got a cash flow problem, and that's never too good for him. In comes a Widow Mine. That in itself is petrifying. Mothership core again is going to go down. Almost definitely. Those Marines dropping out. Able to save it, actually. Okay, I'm surprised. MMA just not wanting to overcommit to that. A couple of these Stalkers and Immortals down on low ground. That's allowing the medevac to come through. The medevac really low. It may just try and escape out. The Stalker is going to come into this. And so MMA was trying to play it on the safe side, but will end up losing all of this drop. The Widow Mine got... I can't actually see how much the Widow Mine got. I think it got one probe at least. So a bit more damage done. 20 workers killed in total. 50 to 35. 15 worker lead. That is substantial. Third CC coming through for MMA as well. But if we see Socke get out a couple of Colossi, we all know the power of Protoss. If he can get out that big army, it is scary. It will do well, and it will potentially level up this game. But that is a lot of ifs. That's a lot of maybes, and that's a lot of time in the future. Now, MMA just going for this pylon at the moment. May go for a couple of these Stalkers. Does he have Stim yet? No, he doesn't. It's still not finished. Concussive Shell also coming through. Does have combat shield, so the Stalkers... the Marines are a little bit more beefy. Careful play coming down by these Stalkers at the moment. They don't want to get picked off. They're getting quite low. Supply block for Socke is going to be annoying. We'll get a Colossus out, but loses a second pylon there. The infantry just decides no. Apart from that poor Marine. Oh, MMA. That was harsh. Leaving him back at home. But yeah, this is still... I'd say MMA's game to lose, and Socke really has to do something good here. He's going to be contending up against Combat Shield, Concussive Shell, Stim, and +1. This is a very potent timing coming down from MMA. It's hitting around the 12-minute 30 mark. The Colossus count is still at 1. If this second Colossus can come out, it will be massively beneficial. Like, so beneficial. But it's still... only 2/3 done, and this push is getting close. The reason 2 is really important because it means that the Colossus can't just get jumped by the infantry and taken out quick. The second one just buys a bit of safety. Another gateway adding in. Bear in mind, all this time, Socke's been on 2 gates. He doesn't really have the money to do much else. Goes for the Photon Overcharge. One Colossus is now there. Force field coming on through. The Colossi taking some damage. The infantry taking a bit of a beating, but there's just not enough support for the Colossus. 3 Stalkers not there. Both go down. MMA at nearly double his opponent's supply. The Photon Overcharge trying to do what it can. The medevac healing doing a lot though. The Stalker's going to go down. The Natural Nexus is going to fall. GG is there. And MMA is able to take this game 2-0.